on the Eagles side of the trade, okay, so you think Jalen Hurts wins the job, bada bing, bada boom, this is their guy.
He's screwed.
There's rumors going around they might draft a quarterback with the 6th overall pick.
For the love of God.
What is this garbage even thought process? You have Jalen Hurts. And you know what? I get it if you want to draft another young guy for a quarterback battle. I'm sorry, don't waste your first round 6th overall pick on a guy to compete. Get a guy in a later round.
Well, hold on though, because it depends it depends who's available.
Dude,
if
all
they
those
think
guys, there's a chance all those guys are gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but if say they don't, say Justin Fields drops to 6. That's not.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
They need receivers.
I understand that, but the logic to go against that, you either believe in Jalen Hurts or you believe in hypothetical if Justin Fields is there. If that's your guy, don't waste any time. If you really think Justin Fields could be the next guy, you go out, you get Justin Fields. You don't risk anything. Then you build around him.
But that is risking something. Jalen Hurts has proven that he can play in this
Don't
league.
get me wrong. I like Jalen Hurts. If you look at Jalen Hurts and you're Philly, right, and say you give Jalen Hurts like a B, like overall, like you're just like, okay, this is a B tier quarterback, and then you look at Justin Fields and you're like, I think that could be the best quarterback in this draft, or right behind Trevor Lawrence, or you know what I mean?
But I don't think they are going to think that. I think the thing is, I think Jalen Hurts showed. Yeah, he didn't play a lot of games, but he showed that's like, I can be the guy. He also shows the maturity.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think he deserves a chance.
He needs the maturity. He shows the maturity in the locker room. We've seen it not even just in the NFL, but in the NCAA, or college, same thing. But we saw it with Tua. You know what I mean? When Tua ended up getting the starting job over him, he goes, okay, that's fine. Stayed a year with Alabama. Then he went over to Oklahoma, proved himself there, becoming a Heisman finalist. It's just... And then he comes to the NFL. He waits his time behind Carson Wentz, even though he's absolute booty hole, just garbage. And then he gets his shot, and he just jumps at this opportunity. But Jalen Hurts just shows the maturity you need in a locker room, and I think it's tough to find that in a lot of guys where you can build upon physical abilities, where leadership, you got it or you don't.
Well, don't get me wrong too. I think Jalen Hurts deserves the shot. I don't think Justin Fields would be worth taking at 6 if you have Jalen Hurts, just because I think, like you said, the dude's a journeyman. Like, he has done everything right so far. He has made it all the way to where he is. Like, I would love to see him get a full season under Phil. Like, imagine if he goes out and he does good with Philly next year. Like, they win some games, they do whatever. Carson Wentz is going to look like a bum because that team did not improve.
Well, imagine with the 6th overall pick, they get Devontae Smith.
Listen, I would rather them do that, but I understand if you're Philly, if you're like, that could be the guy, like that, we think he could be in the next couple years a top tier quarterback in the league. It depends on how good you look at Justin Fields, because he's going to be the only one who I think would pique their interest at 6.
Yeah.
But
Zach Wilson from BYU, I've heard actually a lot of high praise on him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine, but I think Trevor, Justin,
it's just
everybody
that
else.
was such a Philly move. Like you have the guy who has proven that he can play in the league, and then you're going to take a risk that there is no guarantee that anyone that in the draft is going to be able to perform in the NFL. That goes for Trevor Lawrence too.
That's
by the way.
that also.
As much as we believe that Trevor Lawrence is going to be the next guy in the league, there's not a guarantee that he can actually play in it. It's especially if he goes to the Jets. There's a chance Trevor Lawrence may not survive. He might die quick.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm just saying, like, Jalen Hurts has proven that he can perform in the league. I'm not saying he's a top-tier quarterback, but he's a guy who can play the quarterback position in it, and he's proven it in, like, just a handful of games. But you're going to go out and then take a risk and not go out and help him?
Well,
and how does that
make any sense?
And also, like, if you draft a quarterback at 6 overall, and Jalen Hurts thinks, like, if beforehand Jalen Hurts thinks now it's like, oh, I'm the guy. This is going to be me. This is my team. I'm finally getting that option. If the team goes and drafts a guy with a 6th overall pick, it's like, oh, why didn't? What do you mean? This means you don't believe in me? Now, don't get me wrong. If they get a quarterback in a later part of the draft, that's fine. Totally different because it's like quarterback competition is good. But use that. Why are you using your number one asset in the draft to get another quarterback where it's like, okay, you have a guy that, let's not forget, went toe-to-toe with Kyler Murray, who everyone absolutely praises Kyler Murray and thinks he's going to be an MVP one day, Super Bowl champion kind of guy. A lot of people think this about Kyler Murray.
Yeah, no,
But what I'm saying,
for the last...
But my thing is, So if you draft a quarterback 6 overall, Jalen Hurts is going to be like, don't get me wrong, he's mentally tough, but like the amount of times it just like keeps wearing down. Don't get me wrong, I think he would accept the challenge and go for it, but it's like, why would you waste your asset on a quarterback that might play?
See, I don't know. And to say that he's proven he can play, I think is giving him a little too much benefit of the doubt. I mean, he only played in what?
3-4 games.
You know, like that's a short. I'm sure he looked good, and Justin Fields could also look even better in 3-4 games. You know what I mean? The sample size is way too small to say he's the guy.
I'm not.
It is way too small to say he's the guy.
To me, it's not even so much the physical play; it's just the amount of leadership this guy has. And once again,
leadership doesn't win games. It doesn't win championships.
It can build a
it can build a great team, but
it can build a locker room, and I think he has enough talent to prove it.
Kyle, it's gotten Brady 7 rings.
Yeah, that's also talent. That's also
he's gotten 7 rings off of his leadership.
Not leadership.
Yes,
not
Brady
just
left
leadership.
New England, and no one wanted to come here, and people left almost immediately.
Why?
Because his leadership wasn't there anymore.
No, he also has the drive. He also has the effort. He puts in the work. He does all these other things.
And that's what Jalen Hurts does. Have you followed Jalen Hurts? I know you have, but like, have you?
But you're also now just assuming that Justin Fields does not.
There's a chance. This is what I'm saying. There's a chance that he is just a straight up bum. But Jalen Hurts isn't anymore. He's not. Oh, not anymore. He's Jalen Hurts isn't.
If I'm the Eagles, I would not be willing to take a risk on a quarterback that might just be as good as Jalen Hurts. Now, if you had the first overall pick and
I think Justin Fields has a higher ceiling than Jalen Hurts.
I get it.
To me, it's not all physical ability though. Look at some of these guys.
Of course, it's not. But
Dan Marino, dude, one of the most talented quarterbacks, never won it all. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of stuff where it's like.
You still have to be a competent franchise and still Eagles. I think,
and I think drafting
not a competent franchise.
And I think drafting a second quarterback with the 6th overall pick is not a competent move. I think.
Okay, but here's my logic.
I think they need to get him weapons.
But I don't think you fully grasp
or build that offensive lineup.
If you could go back, right? If you could go back and say Tom Brady's available at 6, and you have Drew Bledsoe on your team. And you're like, well, I don't want to draft Tom because I have Drew. I want to build around.
You do know that's what they did, though, but it was just the 6th round.
That's okay, but it's just I get it. But if you knew Tom Brady was going to be the guy, and you had Drew Bledsoe, and you're like, I don't know. Like, they didn't draft Tom Brady to replace Drew. They drafted Tom Brady in the 6th round to back up and do whatever because they like the guy.
I get where you're going with this comparison, but I don't totally like it just because Tom Brady is the pinnacle of pinnacles, like the top of the top. I know what you're saying.
I'm just using him as an example.
Clearly, if you knew there was Tom Brady or the next Tom Brady, say like, if they hear me out. If they had the first overall pick and Trevor Lawrence was there, everyone is saying this is the guy where it's like maybe that's where it's like okay, this could be the next guy. He is the most secure lock. I would understand that move, but and it's tough to tell, but it is part of the risk. But my thing is, you have a guy that the team really likes. He played well from when Carson Wentz played last year to when he played. The team improved drastically. So it's like, why not give him a little more help, whether it's offensive line or offensive weapons? I just help the guy out. That's my thing.
I agree that Jalen Hurts is going to be a good quarterback, and he is going to get I agree he's probably the best answer for Philly in that position.
Then why even entertain drafting a quarterback?
Because if you believe that Justin Fields, I don't think you guys are giving Justin Fields enough credit, because if he falls to 6, if you believe that that's your guy and you can build around him and do whatever, I say you don't waste any time. You go get him. It's not like all you're doing as a GM is compiling assets. So if you look at Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields as just 2 different assets, you can now ship Jalen Hurts off, go do whatever, collect more. If you think that's the guy you want to build around, I get it. I think it's the wrong move, but I at least understand it.
Yeah, that would also be terrible for the locker room too.
I agree. Listen, I think it would be the wrong move.
Because you saw what happened. You saw what happened when they benched Hurts when they tanked that game.
Yeah. Oh well, that was also Doug Peterson being a fucking
idiot. That
He
whole team was pissed.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they're gonna draft a new quarterback and then ship him out. That would ruin that team.
I understand.
I'm just saying, Kyle. So I'm just saying what you're trying to say here. It just wouldn't work from a team standpoint.
Not next year, no, because they're gonna have to clean house if they do it. If they do it, everybody's gotta go. Everybody's
gotta go. That's just the wrong move.
Maybe
by a landslide.
for next year. But if Justin
Kyle,
Fields is
that
going
could
to win,
ruin a franchise for at least 5+ seasons.
that franchise is already ruined. They ruined
get
themselves.
I know, but they won a Super Bowl in the past 3-4.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. None of those people are going to be on the team anymore.
I'm just saying, like they they recently just won.
Yeah, I know, but they're still like they won and then immediately nosedived, and we're at the bottom half of the nosedive.
And I think Jalen Hurts could build that leadership to do it. But we're on the same page of like keeping Jalen Hurts. That's the right.
I do think Jalen Hurts deserves a shot.
Yes,
I'm just
100%.
saying I can get behind the idea of getting another quarterback at 6.
Yeah, I couldn't personally. But if you do want to support us in like, what we do here, I'm going to be putting down a link in the description because we now have a merch store. Boom, Sports on Tap, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and the crew necks. That's what they're called. Crew necks, thank you. So, but yeah, please go check it out. Any proceeds we get will be going back into the Sports on Tap so we can improve our gear and grow. So, thanks.
This is where you're going to put the link. It's going to be right here. You're going to click right here.
I'm going to put it in the description.
It's going to be just right over my face.
I messed up. No.